Hello everyone. So today our group will talk about the urban green parks and why they matter for recreation, biodiversity, and our overall well-being. So we'll look at how these parks give us space to relax, connect with nature, and enjoy our outdoor activities even in the middle of the city. So more than half of the world's population now lives in urban areas. As cities grow, urbanization often causes ecological disturbances and the loss of natural landscapes. Buildings and roads replace open green spaces. Because of this, we need to find a balance between economic growth, environmental protection, and quality of life. Urban green parks help maintain that balance. These parks reduce the negative impacts of urbanization by helping lower pollution, heat, and psychological stress, giving people a healthier environmental to live. So now let's proceed to urban green parks. So urban green spaces includes parks, green belts, greenways, and plaza parks. They provide areas for leisure and recreation right inside cities. Many of these spaces are designed to mimic natural ecosystems, bringing a touch of nature back into urban environments. People can enjoy active activities like walking, running, and cycling, or passive activities like resting and simply enjoying the surroundings. So now, why we need urban green parks? So urban green parks are essential for many reasons. They reduce stress, improve mental well-being. Nature has calming effect that helps people recover from the busyness of the city life. These parks also serve as a social and recreational centers where people gather, interact, and build community. They offer physical, mental, social, and economic, and also environmental benefits. And in a world where many leisure activities cost money, parks remain free and accessible to everyone. So next is the visitor of urban green parks. So a wide variety of people visit urban parks. Visitors differ in age, health, economic status, and cultural background. Some are day trippers looking for leisure outside their usual environment. Children use parks to develop motor skills, play safely, and interact with others. Adults, on the other hand, visit for relaxation, exercise, or social connection. Parks gives people of all ages a space to recharge and enjoy a healthier lifestyle. So now let's proceed to the benefits of using urban green parks. So urban green parks offer many important benefits. Here are the key ones. First is direct physical health. Parks motivate people to move, improving overall health. They also help reduce obesity and support longevity, especially in seniors. Second is the mental psychological health. Green spaces lower stress, reduce mental fatigue, and improve focus and concentration. Third is the social well-being. Parks improve social interaction, strengthen community ties, and can reduce negative behaviors like aggression and crime. Fourth is the economic benefits. Home near parks often have higher property values, which boosts community growth. Fifth is the educational benefits. Park as outdoor classrooms where people learn about nature, ecosystems, and history. Sixth is the cultural and aesthetic benefits. Parks reflect cultural values, encourage inclusion and beauty of the city. And lastly is the environmental benefits. Parks support ecosystems, reduce pollution, cool urbanized temperatures, minimize noise, and conserve biodiversity.
I am Kate Udaya and I will be the next reporter to discuss about the recreational use of urban green parks. Urban green parks or UGPs are used differently by different people and several factors influence how often people visit them. First, utilizing UGPs varies by environmental, sociocultural, and economic factors. For example, a clean, safe park in a high-income area may attract more users compared to parks in less maintained neighborhoods. It also influenced by individual preferences, idiosyncrasies, and positive attitudes toward the environment. So people who enjoy nature or outdoor activities are naturally more inclined to visit parks. Positive attitudes toward the environment also encourage frequent use. And lastly, health and mobility affect park visitation. Reduced mobility, which results to lower visits unless appropriate intervention and support are provided. So health and mobility play a role. Individuals with limited mobility or health issues might visit less often unless the park has supportive features such as accessible paths, ramps, or resting areas. Next, we have the motivational factors for using or visiting urban green parks. So there are several reasons why people choose to visit parks. These are the environment factors, ecological diversity, nature culture interaction, recreation, and human health. So for the environment, parks help clean the air, reduce the heat in cities, and conserve natural resources. So these environmental benefits make parks valuable urban features. Next, we have ecological diversity. So parks often contain different plants, trees, and wildlife. This diversity creates a natural environment where people can observe and appreciate nature. Third, we have nature-culture interaction. So parks give people opportunities to learn about nature or experience cultural or historical elements within the park. They can also interact with the natural environment in meaningful ways. Next, we have the recreation. This is one of the biggest motivations. Parks provide spaces for sports, walking, jogging, picnics, and relaxation. They also add beauty to cities and serve as habitats for wildlife. Lastly, we have the human health. So, parks support mental and physical well-being. Simply being around nature reduces stress and improves mood. So, they are essential for public health. Lastly, we are at the factors that enhance recreational use of urban green parks. So these are the characteristics of the park, characteristics of neighborhood, and users' characteristics. So for the characteristics of the park, these include the park's location and how easy it is to get to. The size of the park also matters because larger parks can offer more activities. Facilities like restrooms, sports areas, and playgrounds encourage usage. People also prefer parks that are safe, clean, visually appealing, quiet, and include natural features such as trees, water, or wildlife. Next, we have the neighbor characteristics. The surrounding community also influences park usage. So, features like areas with more families, especially those with young children, tend to visit parks more. Income levels, household size, and whether people own cars all affect how often residents visit. Cultural and racial diversity may also influence how parks are used or valued. Lastly, we have the user characteristics. So, individual factors play a role. Age, gender, education, and ethnicity can influence the types of activities people enjoy. Whether a person is active or sedentary, their hobbies and their environmental values also shape how frequently and why they visit green spaces.
As cities continue to grow rapidly, maintaining biodiversity becomes more challenging. Highly urbanized areas are often dominated by economic activities, buildings, and infrastructure, leaving very limited spaces for natural vegetation and wildlife. Despite these challenges, global interest in urban green parks, or UGPS, has been increasing, showing that people recognize their importance, role in sustainability and environmental health. Biodiversity conservation is challenging in urban areas due to economic activities and limited natural habitats. Urban green parks, or UGPS, are increasingly recognized for their role in biodiversity conservation and sustainable tourism. Green parks promote urban tree biodiversity. Trees in urban parks offer benefits such as cool microclimate, solar radiation blockage, dust trapping, and carbon dioxide absorption. Urbanization leads to habitat homogenization, causing local species extinction and displacement by non-native species. Urban is associated with an increase in exotic species populations. These changes weaken local ecosystems, making urban biodiversity conservation even more important. To address these challenges, urban planners and environmentalists promote the idea of an urban green space network. Urban green space networks consist of interconnected green spaces and natural areas. Establishing these networks is a sustainable approach to improving urban environments. A network of urban green spaces conserves biodiversity, enhances ecosystem processes, and integrates community goals. These green spaces can be found in urban parks, campuses, yards, memorial parks, and other public spaces. A natural feel in planning fosters connections between visitors and nature. Sustainable development of urban green networks should be people-driven and socially responsible. Urban green space networks, when properly designed, can transform a city into a more resilient and eco-friendly and livable space.
Today, my topic will be about urban green parks and conservation awareness. So, as previously mentioned, these urban green parks are essential green spaces within the cities. Now, we will focus on why do we need to conserve these urban green parks? How do they promote conservation awareness? And what are their benefits to the human quality of life? Okay, now, why do we need to conserve urban green parks? First, they promote appreciation of nature and biodiversity. Second, they provide accessible nature experiences for urban residents and tourists. Third, they support environmental education. Fourth, they reduce the growing disconnection between the people and the nature. And lastly, they contribute to sustainable and livable cities. So these urban green parks are very important because they help us people understand and appreciate our nature. Even though they are inside cities or urbanized areas, these parks still allows us to see plants, trees, and even animals that we don't usually see or notice in our daily busy lives. Next is about conservation awareness. So how do these urban green parks contribute or promote conservation awareness?
So first, these urban parks helps people learn about plants, animals, ecosystems, or simply learn about our environment. Second is they encourage understanding of biodiversity and environmental issues. Third, they increase awareness of conservation and sustainable practices. And lastly, they offer us a hands-on exposure to nature within urban settings. Means that these urban parks or urban green parks promotes conservation awareness because when we people visit parks, we become more aware of our environment, our biodiversity, and the need to protect these natural spaces. So this awareness can lead to more responsible actions and behavior and can encourage us people and also tourists to care for our green spaces or to care for our environment. So now we have here a table consisting of 5 different urban green spaces that may constitute an urban green network. So first is a public forest or scenery forest. This naturally looking area with many trees and plants. It may have both native and exotic species. In here, people can visit for relaxation, learning, and enjoying nature. So the second type is a riparian green space or riverside park. These are green area found beside rivers or streams. It serves as a walking or bicycle corridor and helps protect the water while giving people a peaceful place to enjoy and to relax. The third one is called a nursery. So just like in humans, this is also a place where plants are bred, grown, and taken care of before being transferred to parks or to public areas. The fourth one is called the Plaza Green Space. This is an open spaces near commercial or busy areas where people can sit, rest, and relax. And the very best example of that is the Plaza Independencia. And the last type is called the roadside green space. These are strips of plants and trees along roads, highways, or sidewalks. So unfortunately, in today's lifestyle, especially the teenagers, the children, and even us, we are becoming more and more disconnected from nature. Many kids or many teenagers tend to spend more time indoors using their gadgets or gaming with their phones. So through urban green parks, this helps solve this by giving them a safe and accessible place to explore nature without needing to travel to faraway places. Now let's talk about how do urban green parks can improve our quality of life. Urbanization can be very stressful. It is very noisy and crowded. So green spaces help reduce stress and improve our mental well-being. But the question is, how? So these urban parks are often called the green lungs of the city. Why? Because they help clean the air, reduce pollution, and provide shade and cooling. They give people a place to relax, a place to rest, a place to exercise, and a place to bond with their family and friends. Now we have here 10 psychological outcomes from visiting urban green parks. First is escape. Just a short break from our busy lives. We deserve a break. Second is solitude. Peaceful alone time, or what we call mulaag sa kung kay mag-me time. Third is self-discovery. When we go out and reflect on ourselves, then we understand ourselves better. Fourth is tranquility. The feeling of calmness, relaxation, and at peace. Fifth is connecting with nature. Being close to trees, plants, and natural environment. It feels like reconnecting ourselves with the mother nature. Sixth is education, getting more knowledge about nature and understanding our nature better. Next, or seventh, is the physical fitness, becoming healthier through walking, jogging, or exercising outdoors. So eighth is pleasure, enjoying fun and relaxing activities in the park. Ninth is family bonding, spending quality time with your family, with your loved ones, or with your friends. That or last is the social relationship. Through going out to parks, you can build friendships and you can meet new people. So to conclude this topic, urban park benefits not just the environment, but also our emotional, social, and physical well-being. Conserving these green spaces is important because they educate people about nature, they promote conservation awareness, and make cities healthier and more livable. Protecting urban parks is essentially protecting our future.